Hello everyone, Thempire here. We have a ban list. A ban list react for a non-Yu-Gi-Oh game. That's right, Elestrals has a new Forbidden Limited list. We're going to check it out. I figured doing it this way instead of just watching the video would be more interesting for this kind of react thing. I don't know. Let me know what you think down below about that. We're just gonna scroll down. And we're gonna check it out. So we've already got Spark Hit banned. There's a lot of stuff you could hit in the current format. There's the heal deck, there's fives, but I don't know how you hit those decks exactly. They're kind of hard to hit. Probably you'd have to start with hitting the punishes that they can put down instead of hitting any of the actual fives or heal cards, because there's just too many fives and heal cards to actually hit. Hitting the punishes that they have for other decks probably makes them weaker than hitting any individual five or heal card. And there's also an FTK you probably got to deal with, but it hasn't really had a chance to shine, so I'm not sure if they're going to actually do that. Alright, first up, Spark Hit, Drataya. Okay, so Drataya very specifically is part of the FTK. Oh, there's a link. Oh, that's a YouTube link. We're not going to do that. Drataya, sorry. Drataya, I just woke up, can you tell? Drataya is a focal point of the FTK. Basically, Drataya is just a deep draw card. As you might expect, considering its effect specifically is draw 2 cards whenever Ambrosia is played. You know, honestly, I could have seen... I know Ambrosia's kind of like iconic at this point, I guess, but I could have seen an Ambrosia ban also. And I don't know that would hurt. I think that would hurt Drataya FTK enough to a point where it wouldn't be playable very much. You could keep the other Ambrosia, Cornucopia Ambrosia, but if you ban the original Ambrosia, I feel like that would help hurt this strategy as well, and then, you know, make the rest of the game a little bit more fun, because I think Ambrosia is just a little bit the max C of Elestrals. The more you see of it, the better you do, and the less your opponent sees of it, the worse they do. You know, it's like that kind of thing. So it's like the person who sees the more Ambrosia over the course of a game wins, and that's not really cool. But this is not it. There's not just banned cards, there's also a limited section now. No semi-limits yet, thank God. Semi-limits don't do anything. Let's see what we got first. Oh, I just gotten 2. Lavalith. Okay, Lavalith is a really good hit. So Lavalith is a huge punish for anyone going wide at all. If you go any wider than one Elestral, Lavalith can come down and then pop a rune in the back row, which made counter runes really bad too. Or at least a lot worse than they should be. Lavalith is just such a huge punish for any kind of deck that isn't exactly fives or heal. I think putting it to 1 potentially makes it unplayable in anything except for fire, because it requires an investment of at least 2 fire spirits. So limiting it really makes it hard to justify, because it's, you only have the 1 copy of it. If it had been at 2, you were pretty likely to see it anyways. Like, that's the thing about Elestrals. The games go long enough, you draw enough of your deck, 2 copies, you're very likely to see it. 1 copy, you might see it, but is that worth 2 slots in the spirit deck? Very interesting. I think that's a good hit. I honestly, I was kind of hoping for a ban on Lavalith, but I think actually a limit is better. I think it actually is better. I like that a lot. Man, this ban list is really taken the wind out of the sails of a video I was working on. I had like a whole video essay for Elestrals written out. I could probably still make it. I just have to like shift everything to past tense. Resting on your laurels is another crazy hit too. A really good generic removal spell. Okay, here's the thing about resting on your laurels. It's actually not good. It's a dog shit card. It's terrible. But all of the removal spells in Elestrals are terrible. So that made resting on your laurels good by default. And a big part of what makes heal and 5 so strong is the massive amount of removal that they have access to. Limiting laurels and earthquake too. Limiting laurels and earthquake, probably the 2 best removal spells in the format. Really reduces that. I guess Lavalith in a way is also a removal spell because of its 6 attack. Again, resting on your laurels also, like Lavalith, punishes you for going wide because it can only be activated when you go, 2 in over your opponent, 2 spirits more than your opponent. So then they laurels you and you lose some of that advantage you've been building. So putting this to 1 really reduces the amount of punishes there are for trying to build up in any way, shape, or form. I really like that. Earthquake was just in too many decks. I think it's got a similar situation with Lavalith where its investment cost of 2 really makes it not worth going into. Although it is the only straight up removal spell that just like you play it, you remove a card, there's no cost or anything, no choosing or whatever. It's just straight up removal. So then maybe, but probably not unless you're playing Earth, in which case you get to have your Earthquake still. And I think you still run that for sure. Yeah, these I think these are really good hits actually. It's crazy. It's crazy that it's crazy to be in a game where they actually like know what. Like I didn't even I was thinking Lavalith and Laurels were like potential hits and Drataya needed to go. And that's exactly what they did. And they did it in like a even better way than I was imagining, where you actually limit them, and the fact that the spirit math works the way it does the rest of the work for you. I think that's really interesting. I'm pretty happy with these. But that's not all we're looking at. We also have some Escape from Tartarus cards. So this is a thing we're doing here, where when we ban a card, we try and errata it to fix it. But instead of just errataing the old version of the card, we create a type, Escape from Tartarus. This is the same way we notate like Morfrost's different forms and the different form of Ambrosia. So these are actually different cards than the originals. So if the originals ever come off the list, I guess theoretically you could play both. That's actually kind of interesting too. But what's also interesting to me is that theoretically you could A-Drive and the Elestrals team could print cards that support the Escape from Tartarus archetype. And I think that's really interesting, actually. That's actually really cool. I am actually looking forward to the Escape from Tartarus archetype, right? I think that's actually really funny. But really quick before we head out, let's take a look at these effects here. So nothing's changed as far as our stats go, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's still the same stats. But their effects have changed. So Spark Hit, when you normal cast this Spark Hit, you can look at 2 random cards from your opponent's hand, discard one of them, you can Nexus up to 2. And these effects are not final, just so you know. They're still working on these. So these are not necessarily what they are going to be, and if you want to have input on them, you probably want to go in the comments of this video here that we're sending to try the Tartarus, and comment now. So making Spark Hit's effect on cast, I think, is a lot better on normal cast. Even it's not even on special cast, it's just on normal cast. And making it, you can only look at 2 random cards instead of the whole hand. That's better too, but I really think it should just be 1 random card, if any at all. Maybe just get rid of the discard effect entirely. And then it just has a Nexus effect, which... a Nexus effect with no effect on it. Thunder still does need a Nexuser, but I don't know if that's it, because they could just use Larva Cell, but that guy sucks, and this guy sucks too. But I still think the discard from hand is a little bit... I don't like having that effect on cards in general. Drachaya is really bad. the Escape from Tartarus Drachaya is like dog. You can discard an Ambrosia or a Golden Apple of Discord in order to draw 2 cards. Yeah, that's just like unplayable. Like the reason why Drachaya is playable at all is because Ambrosia is already a good card, and the other Ambrosia is decent too, and it's designed to work with the Drachaya. This is just, you don't get to use the Ambrosia or the Golden Apple of Discord. It's like, okay, so every Ambrosia and Golden Apple Discord can be a free Nectar of the Gods, at least. So that's like something. And I don't think we should necessarily just like sniff at that. I was trying to be like, you know, just like scoff at that, you know, necessarily. But I don't think so. It certainly kills the FTK, because this is not nearly as good for that. But yeah, Golden Apple, it adds Golden Apple of Discord to like the things that can trigger Drachaya, but again, it has to discard it so you don't get the effect off. And Golden Apple of Discord sucks, except for exactly when you're using it to discard creatures that you can then reborn with Rise from the Ashes. That is the only reason anyone plays Golden Apple of Discord. But I don't imagine they're going to be doing that. Although I still think that can be useful in a potential deck. It's just I don't know that Drachaya is going to be part of that deck anymore. Or if it ever was, really, because like Drachaya didn't have anything to do with Golden Apple of Discord. Its evolved form does, which is why they put it on there. But like, yeah, I don't know. I still think there's some life left in the Reanimator deck, but not in the FTK anymore. The FTK is well and truly dead, I believe. Love to see it, frankly. That FTK was gross. It's just weird that it didn't really have a whole lot of time to show off. It literally had, like, I think 2 people were on it in the last app tournament. And the app tournament had like 36 people in it, so we'll see. We won't see. We won't see it anymore, is actually what I meant to say. We'll never see it again. Okay, yeah, I think that's about it. Good list, a really good list. Really hit all the problems. So now the format's wide open again. The format changes so frequently in Elestrals. But it's really just because of this. It's because of these limited lists. It's not because of releases, because they don't release actually all that often. And on October 1st we have the is when October 1st is when this list goes into effect, and when the Lunar Shattered Stars cards become legal. So Artemis becomes legal. I'm really interested to see what goes on then. Drat King looking pretty nice. Drat King Water Nexus. I like it. I feel like heal might still be decent, honestly. I don't know about 5s, but I feel like heal is probably still okay. You can still heal, and you can still play 5s too. It's just a lot of the removals out of here. But like, the counter runes are still around. I don't know. The counter runes do cost a lot more, so maybe only heal would be able to stay in the business, because heal can heal those costly spells. I don't know. We'll just have to see how things shake out. You know, I think this is a step in the right direction at the very least. Well, let me know what you think down below. Let me know if you want me to release that video and just put everything in past tense, because I think it's a good video. It's a good video essay, but it's about the previous format now. It's no longer about any format that's relevant to anyone anymore. It's just completely irrelevant now. But I don't know. I think it could be interesting just from like an examination of gameplay design standpoint, you know. Yeah, let me know about that. Let me know about what you think about this ban list and what you think about the new versions of these cards. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Hey there. Thanks for watching another video. Why don't you give it a like, share it around, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell for notifications. You know, the YouTube stuff. You can also follow me on Twitch and Twitter for more content. I got content plenty for ya. You can also support the channel by giving me money. You have a Patreon. If you join the Patreon, you can show up in the credits over here. I would really appreciate that. You could also use my TCG Player affiliate link to get any singles, sealed product, or accessories you want, all to supporting the channel at the same time. That's all for this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Be kind to yourselves, be kind to others, and have a wonderful rest of whatever time it is for you. Bye now!